The evidence of His love and power is all around us, if only we open our eyes to see it. Dear friends, once a young man was struggling with doubts about his faith. He had grown up in a Christian family and had always believed in God. But as he got older, like the other boys of his age, he began to question the truth of the Bible and even the existence of God. One day he decided to speak with an old priest whom he admired. The priest listened patiently to the young man's doubts and concerns, and then he told him a story. The pastor said, "There was once a man who was walking along the beach and he came across a sandcastle. The sandcastle was beautiful and complex, with towers and pinnacles and a channel filled with water. The man was amazed at the sandcastle's beauty and wondered who could have built it. Just then, a little girl appeared and the man asked her if she had built the sandcastle. The young girl smiled and said, "Yes, I did." The man was skeptical. "You built this incredible sandcastle all by yourself?" he asked. The little girl nodded. "Yes, I did it with the help of my daddy." The pastor looked at the young man and said, "Just like the little girl who built the sandcastle, we are also capable of doing great things with the help of our Father in heaven. The evidence of His love and power is all around us, if only we open our eyes to see it." The young man was struck by the pastor's words and began to realize that the evidence of God's existence and love was all around him if he only looked for it. He started to see the beauty in the world around him and the ways in which God was working in his life. And little by little, his doubts and fears began to fade away. This story illustrates the message of the gospel, taken from chapter 5 of John's Gospel, verses 31 to 47. It is a fascinating passage where Jesus presents the evidence for his identity as a Son of God. It is an important chapter in the Gospel of St. John, as it not only reveals Jesus' true identity but also exposes the skepticism and blindness of the religious leaders of that time. Jesus lists several witnesses that point to his identity as a Son of God. They are John the Baptist, Jesus' own works, and God the Father himself. John the Baptist was the prophet who prepared the way for Jesus and testified that Jesus was the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. Jesus' own works, his teaching and miracles also bear witness to his identity as a Son of God. In fact, Jesus tells his listeners that the works that he does are the very works that God, his Father, has given him to do. Jesus also points to the Father himself as a witness to his identity. Verse 37 says, "And the Father who sent me has himself borne witness about me." This is a powerful statement, as it shows that Jesus' identity is not something he has made up or claimed for himself, but is rather something that has been confirmed by the one who sent him. Despite these powerful witnesses, Jesus recognizes that many people still do not believe in him. He explains that this is because their hearts are not set on God, and that they are unwilling to accept the truth and they have closed their hearts. In this passage, Jesus also challenges his listeners to examine their hearts and motives. To conclude, Today's passage is a powerful reminder of Jesus' identity as the Son of God and the importance of putting our faith in Him. It challenges us to examine our hearts and to recognize the evidence of divinity all around us. Just like the witnesses that Jesus listed to attest to His identity as the Son of God, there are countless signs and wonders in our world that point to the existence of a loving God. The passage is asking us to open our hearts and see the hand of God at work all around us. May God bless you all.